what you've been trying to figure out. As you can see today, we're in the backyard. Why? Well, I don't know. Thought I'd do something a little different. Today is actually, well, this month is my 1-year anniversary for this debt-free journey, and coming up with trying to pay off all our debt and working on cash only, and using the envelope system and following Dave Ramsey's program of the Money Makeover books. I have done some other debt-free programs, and I kind of use them in conjunction. I use the envelope system. I actually learned that from Gail Vaz-Oxlade, and Dave Ramsey does do this, but she already has it divided up, so I use her budget format, her Excel form, and I'll link it down below in the comments. But I wanted to say this is my 1-year anniversary, and with all the blips and bubbles and everything else, we've actually paid off half our debt. We are halfway there. I am so excited. I actually had to look at our numbers. I was so proud of myself, ourselves, us as a team, because it's not just me, even though you only see me on this channel. It's me, my husband, and our 2 kids. I don't know how. I remember so many times something went wrong or something went awry or whatever. But we always were able to stick mostly with our cash. Almost always we stuck with cash. We never dipped into the credit cards. When we used our credit cards for online shopping, we actually would pay it off right away. We did have an account with a different account bank than the institution I deal with all the time that did debit Visa cards, except they were charging me $5 for every Visa charge I did on it. And I didn't realize this in the beginning, and I know I have talked about it in some other videos. I don't know what videos, but I have talked about it, how it's a great idea because it's coming out of your debit account and it's not being charged a Visa and you're not getting charged interest. So the money comes out of your bank account right away. You just have to have the money there. The problem was I didn't realize they were charging me $5 per transaction. So when I was doing a bunch of races, I had, you have to buy them online. There's no other option on that. I was using the debit Visa, and I remember one month I think I signed up for 4 races. That's $20. That's $20 just in charges. $20, that's a meal out for myself at a decent restaurant, actually. So I stopped using that probably a few months ago, and went back to my Visa card. No, I did not have my Visa card cut up. I actually froze it in the freezer. So I still have it frozen in the freezer, and I only pull it out after thinking about something for quite some time. But for the most part, in person, I always pay cash. And when I do buy something online, I take the cash that I have and I put it into what I call a Visa envelope, and that gets put straight into the bank, and on payday or the bill paying day, I use that cash to pay the Visa bill. So I don't wait for the monthly bills on my Visa either. I actually call it up every payday to pay that off. There was one instance recently. I had to pay for 4 passports, and this time compared to last time, which was 5 years ago, passports are now, they're allowing 10-year, and 10 years doubles the cost of a 5-year. So I think it was something like $160 per passport times 4. Well, the passport office doesn't take cash. What? I did not know that. It's a credit card or debit card only, and of course I didn't have the money in the bank because I pulled it out into cash, and so I had to put it on my credit card. But I paid it off, so it's all good. But yeah, that was a little upsetting when I got to the passport office, because I'm in person. I'm at the passport office. I've got this money in my hand, and she's like, "We don't take cash." There's signs everywhere. And I'm like, who doesn't take cash? This is ridiculous. The government of Canada, that's who doesn't take cash. You guys need to keep up, man. I guess it's easier for them because then they have no tills to cash out at the end of the nights or whatever. But come on, people. You're not helping the Canadian deficit or consumer deficit. So I wanted to put out this video to say, hey, my 1-year anniversary, that we have done half our debt. So supposedly in 1 year, if everything goes well as it is, and it has been, we should be paid off in October of 2018. And that's including all the blips of, I don't know how many times we had to get our car fixed up for something or other, new wheels, a lot of dental oral work on my youngest daughter, surprising class payments for my oldest daughter, because I thought she wasn't going to post-secondary, and then boom, all of a sudden she is going to post-secondary, but only for individual classes, which actually makes it cheaper. Just saying, putting it out there. What other surprises did we have? Can't remember off the top of my head. I think that was it. But yeah, with all the surprises that we've had, we've been able to bounce back. So if you're watching this and you're in buckets and buckets of debt and you're thinking there's no way you can climb out of this hole, there is a way. I'm halfway out my hole, and I'm so excited by that, because that's good news. Also with the budget plan, just because you have a budget and just because you don't follow it strictly doesn't mean you can't go back to it right away when you figured out you screwed up. There's no reason to. I've screwed up numerous times. In the beginning, we only ate out once a month. My budget for eating out was $120. Well, we started to fall off that bandwagon about March, I think it was, and we started eating out more regularly. Well, because we started eating out more regularly, we still only had $120. So instead of having a nice meal out once a month, we were having McDonald's every week, sometimes twice a week. So, you know, just saying things like that doesn't mean that you have to fall off the wagon. Personally, I really miss the nice restaurants, and I think I want to go back to that, and I told my husband that, and he's all for it. So we're going back to eating out once a month, because the nicer restaurants do have better quality food, and you get like nice food, and you get nice ambiance, and it should be treated as something special, not a quickie meal because you're in a rush between after school and soccer practice and baseball practice and lacrosse and whatever else you got going on in your life. So I also wanted to let you know, this weekend coming up, so tomorrow there may not be a video put up. Actually, no, you're going to see this on Fridays. This will be Friday's video. Friday, I am actually going away with my husband. I haven't done this in a long time. He travels a lot for work, and when the kids were really small, we were able to tag along with his travels, and we would hit the beach all day long while he was working, and then meet back at the hotel in the evening and have dinner together. Well, he's invited me to go with him to the island, which is like, yay! But the kids or the youngest is in school, the oldest is working, so she doesn't even count. She's an adult now. I just have to make sure there's food in that house, and there's a house for her to come home to. But the youngest is in school, so she can't miss school tomorrow. And so she will be staying at my parents' house for the weekend, which is so awesome. But we will be away. Well, we leave Friday, we'll be coming home Saturday night. And I will try to make a video while I'm there showing you what the hotel looks like, the facilities, the beach, that kind of stuff. So hopefully everything goes well to get that done for you guys for Monday. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon.